every corner of the world, love has its own rules. But sometimes love refuses to follow them. Sometimes it exists in the places where it's least allowed, in the spaces where it's forbidden. This is the story of Emily and Thomas, a love that defied family, tradition, and expectations. Emily Matthews had always known her place in the world. Born into a family steeped in tradition, she was expected to marry well, uphold the family's name, and live a life that adhered to the unspoken rules of society. But Emily wasn't like the others. She carried a secret, one that had started as a simple friendship and had grown into something deeper, more dangerous. See, her heart had always been drawn to Thomas, the boy who lived on the other side of the village. They had played together as children, their lives intertwined in ways that no one could have predicted. But as the years passed, the world began to shift, and the love that once felt so innocent soon became forbidden. Charles Matthews, Emily's father, had grand plans for his daughter. He believed in the power of alliances, in the security that came from marrying within one's station. And Thomas? Well, he was nothing more than a local farmer's son, not suitable, not worthy of a match with the daughter of a man like Charles. But Emily's heart knew no boundaries, no social standing. It was only Thomas she saw when she closed her eyes, only Thomas she longed for. Yet, it seemed, the universe had conspired to keep them apart. As fate would have it, the heart cannot be tamed. Late at night, when the world was asleep, Emily and Thomas would meet, their conversations, soft and stolen, filled with dreams and promises of a life that could never be. Their love, once innocent, had now become a whispered secret in the dark corners of the village. But with every kiss, with every stolen moment, the weight of their love grew heavier. The world around them was watching, and soon, their secret would no longer remain just that. Emily's father had arranged for her to marry William, a man who seemed perfect on paper. He was wealthy, well-bred, and had everything her father could have hoped for in a match. But Emily's heart was not with him. Her heart was with Thomas. Yet, she was trapped in a web of family expectations, of duty, and the quiet desperation of a life she didn't want. Every glance she shared with Thomas, every fleeting moment they passed, was a reminder of what could never be, of a love that was impossible. The pressure became too much. Emily knew she had to choose the life her family had planned for her, or the life her heart had chosen. The night before her wedding, she met Thomas in the woods, the place where their love had first blossomed.
Emily, we can run away. We can leave all of this behind and start over, just you and me.
But Emily knew the cost of such a decision. She knew that love, though beautiful, had consequences. There was no world where love and family would not clash. No world where duty and desire could exist in harmony.
I can't leave everything behind. I can't break my family's heart. I can't turn my back on them.
Thomas looked at her, his heart breaking as he realized the truth. Their love, though pure, would never survive in the world they lived in. And so, Emily walked down the aisle, her heart torn in two, her soul a battlefield of what was and what could never be. She looked at William, and though he was the man she was to marry, she saw only shadows in his eyes, shadows that reminded her of the love she had lost. In that moment, she knew she had made her choice, but sometimes the hardest decisions leave the deepest scars. Years passed, and Emily grew into the woman she was always meant to be, or perhaps the woman she was made to be. She had a family, children, and a life full of duty. But in the quiet moments when the world around her seemed still, she remembered. She remembered Thomas, the one love she could never forget. Love, after all, doesn't fade with time. It simply becomes part of the person you are, hidden in the corners of your heart. A secret you keep, not for fear of the world, but because some loves are too pure to be shared with anyone else. And so, the secret remains, a love forbidden, a choice made, and a family forever changed. The heart may break, but it never forgets. Some loves are meant to be remembered, even if they cannot be lived.